What's up, guys? Coming to you live from Key West, Florida, straight from the Red Rum warehouse. This is Daniel from Red Rum Spearfishing, and we're going to go over some of the basic freediving gear you're going to need if you're going to get into the sport of freediving. So let's begin. So to start with first, obviously I think the most important piece you can consider when freediving is your mask. Now the mask is everything. The mask is how you see everything when you're down there, and it also helps with the pressure on your face. Not every mask is created equally. You want to find the one that fits good for you. I find that masks, if they're made in Asia versus being made in Europe, have a different fit. One of the tests that I like to do when I'm in the store, when I'm looking at a variety of masks, is pick up a few, press them against my face, see how they fit. That way there's nothing to interfere with my seal. You need something that's going to be an unbroken seal, and that all comes down to how this rubber conforms to your face. So one of the tests that I like to do is take the mask, hold it up against my face, kind of suction cup it on there. If it stays, it's a good fit. If it doesn't, keep trying the other masks. You obviously want it to be comfortable as well, so good quick test. She's good, she fits. So good overall mask right there. Now the snorkel. Snorkel, basic. Freediving snorkels are really basic. There's no chambers, there's no extra compartments here. Sometimes they're a little bit more flexible than this. They call it collapsible. So overall, very durable snorkel. Gloves, super important. You can get away with cheap gloves, cheap rubber coated gloves. It doesn't matter. Or you can step it up a little bit. They have ones called Dyneema gloves. So get yourself just a decent pair of gloves. I like the knit fabric. Some people like to wear foam gloves, especially if you're diving in colder water. We don't really do that here in Florida too much, so this is fine for us. So there's something out there I'll throw in. I've been too often on the boat. You get on someone else's ride on their boat and they don't have a dive flag. So now I just keep a dive flag in my bag, and that way you can go ahead and string this up on a extra fishing rod sitting around, a gaff, a line grabber, whatever it is. But just bring a dive flag with you, and they got to be legal boat size. So not exactly dimensions, but to give you an idea, got to be fairly large. Next, we're going to get into the weight belt. Weight belt. So this one's got a lot of weight on it. I'm a big guy, I'm about 230 pounds. Put about 9 pounds on there when I have my wetsuit on. If I'm not wearing a wetsuit, I'll put a little bit less. The weight belt helps to get you down there faster, obviously, but people don't really realize how much more buoyant you become when you wear a wetsuit, especially depending upon the millimeter thickness of the wetsuit. So you need weight. You need weight to get down there. Often I'll even drop this down to sometimes even only one of these if I'm diving in just board shorts. Like I said, 2 really is good as well. Just go over this real quick. You need a good dive knife, right? This one's literally called a kill spike, and you need it not just for taking the misery out of the fish, but you want to have it just in case of an emergency. Cut a line, there's a snag, maybe help out some endangered wildlife, whatever the case may be. It's always good to have a good dive knife down there. Basic dive belt, simple clasp, nothing fancy, just gets the job done. Lead weights, they're heavy. Not many people free dive with stringers, but some folks do, and it'll be for more of a specific reason. If you're down there kind of raking up on mangrove snappers, say you're shooting a lot of smaller sized fish that you can just kind of put on the stringer. But obviously those that know when you carry fish on you, that has a tendency to attract sharks. So I recommend, just shooting your fish one at a time, take them out of the water, bring them into the boat, and then swim back unless you're a little bit more experienced and you feel like you can kind of jump on a spot quick, shoot a good number of fish, put them on the stringer, and get them back to the boat quickly. All right, next are the fins. So there's a lot of talk when it comes to fins. People will recommend carbon fiber fins to you. I really like carbon fiber fins as well. I think every freediver does, but they come with a large price point. The basic option is your plastic fins. They hold up pretty well. I think out of plastic blades, you can realistically think that you'll get 2 to 3 years out of it if you're someone who dives quite a bit. You definitely know the difference of the carbon fiber. You get that little bit of extra kick power, but ultimately the plastic works for me. It's economical. It's a great starting point for you all getting into the sport of freediving. Booties, very important part of your freediving gear. When you're diving in the water all day, you can tend to build up blisters on your feet. The fins are not exactly the most comfortable thing, although if for the most part, you should be okay. So it just goes to show you how ankles there can be protected with just a simple pair of booties. Definitely need these. All right, so wetsuits. Red Rum Spearfishing is actually dropping our own line of wetsuits, which will be available June in 2021. We're trying to get them here in May for grouper season here on the East Coast, but just with COVID and whatnot, a little bit of delays in production, but they will be here in June. I wish I had one to do a review on right now, but until then, I'll just go over the ones that I've been using for the past few years. This one I got here is a 3mm. 3mm would be considered a little thick for those on the East Coast of Florida, but it's maybe your summertime wetsuit if you're out in California, or maybe up the East Coast a little bit, north, up by North Carolina, etc. Spearfishing wetsuits you want is what's called open cell. This is the part that goes to your skin and really sticks to you and helps to keep that layer of water in between nice and warm. This is not what we dive with all year here, though. Once the water starts getting a little bit colder in Florida, you may need to pop on your 3, especially if you're on scuba going a little bit deeper. But when we're talking about free diving, usually we stick to our 1.5mm. Very much a basic wetsuit, but 1.5mm gets the job done. You can see it's very similarly built. This one, open cell, as you can see, that's what you need. It's the most popular suit for spearfishing in the world, is an open cell wetsuit. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button and please subscribe. It will really help out with the YouTube algorithm. I'll ask that you please check out our clothing products online at redrumintl.com. Thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.